And Mizzi-Harris here, product designer on the design system team at GitLab. I just wanted to talk through the outcome of a spike I did to use Figma through an AI assistant. Feel free to check out the issue. There's a bunch more detail there, but what I really wanted to do was assess how generative AI assistants and Figma's MCPs could streamline design system maintenance, especially around things like pushing code side changes into Figma, whether that be generating or updating Figma components from code or scaffolding new structures from component definitions or plans we might have, but also to better understand the experience for designers who are already using these tools. So as a design system team, we can better support them and provide some informed guidance. Let's have a look. So what workflows did I test? I wanted to prompt um, comparing a Figma component against a GitLab UI implementation, a task we do as part of component health. Some prompting to create a GL avatars inline Figma component from the view and CSS source. A bunch of batch operations, including auditing and updating descriptions, refactoring the component's properties, applying design tokens, and then the other workflow I tested was recreating the flows of a view prototype in Figma using our UI kit library components. I used a range of AI assistants mirroring what I see teams using and also dog fooding. And I used the Figma console MCP, not the first party Figma one, because at the time it didn't support write. And it's a remote MCP which has additional security approvals that we need to go to. All right then. So what worked well in these tests? There were some tasks that did work really well: audits, batch updates, first drafts of some types of implementation, and it did feel magical, similar to how early code generation felt to me with other generative AI assistants. But it is also unrefined, and improvements are needed to the tech and me before I'd expect to see some workflows transformed. But it is cool. It could become useful. It really struggled with the complex tasks and ones where I knew the answer that I wanted in advance. And I think a big problem for our team to solve is getting it to use components from the UI kit reliably. So out of this, here are my top suggestions for what we should do based on the spike. And after I've been through these, I'll talk through some of those workflow tests in more detail. First thing, we need to AI assistants to know about our Figma libraries and also our design system guidance. To work around this, I was working from the design.gitlab.com repo through the CLI or through VS Code, where the assistant could check the source and the docs. But for many people, this won't be feasible. The infinite canvas is not dead yet, and the biggest challenge and disruption I think our team needs to support is figuring out how teams can move between the free and collaborative space in Figma to prompting and creating edits in a coded prototype, but then moving back to Figma for detailed work, breakdown for iteration, and for more collaboration and feedback. I think all of the different ideas we've seen pop up across the org, prototyping starters, pajamas agents, pajamas skills, and so on, all kind of come back to support this problem space. There's also a suggestion to myself to force myself to play around with this more, using it for the first draft of things, pushing through some of the pain in the hope there is reward there. I've done similar with Glean, code generation, and chat in the past, and I think I've benefited from better judgment and tool manipulation as a result. Okay, another suggestion is our UI kit component prompts. So the different variants and toggles that designers can use in the Figma's UI. are in various states of migration. I think generative AI could support refactoring all of these props as a one-time effort. And even more so, or even with a bigger benefit, the work to codify these prop guidelines for the prompt that would support that work could also be valuable for a future review tool. Similarly, component descriptions are a mix of describing when to use a component, how to use this specific Figma implementation of a component. Some of them are out of date, many are missing completely. I suggest that generative AI can support a batch update of components to a standard that we agree. And why generative AI? Because I think it can help us maintain any existing important context. It's not as simple as pull the description from the docs and replace. There's some stuff that will need to stick around. And the last suggestion from this spike is investing in a testing harness for component health auditing. I see that as including a repeatable prompt, but moving also to visual comparisons rather than just static analysis, which we'll see in my testing later. This is more than just a one-time thing to support a component health effort now. I think if we do this right, we can use this to automatically highlight drift for human intervention by running it monthly. Okay, so let's take a look at them in more details. If that was enough information for you, feel free to switch off now and have a great rest of your day. But let's go into some of the detail. So for component health auditing, I was looking at the difference between the Figma implementation and the code implementation. For this, I used Claude, and it was prompted to compare the Figma component against what's in GitLab UI. It did identify some discrepancies that are worth further investigation. This type of comparison typically takes 5 to 30 minutes, depending on the component complexity, but the prompt was able to complete it in about a minute, which suggests to me that there are some significant time savings if we scale that across the whole library. Next thing was trying to build a component that doesn't exist by pointing it at code that does exist. There was some back and forth. It was not hands-off. I did choose a deliberately tricky component. We've got masking, and if you want to support hover states and stuff, it gets a bit messy. I think with a more, this was quite an undetailed prompt. Got to hear was something like, you can see it in the issue, and it required a lot of cajoling. With a more detailed prompt, I did get better results. It was using the actual components rather than recreating it itself. It got closer to the approach that I had in mind. Something I ran into this was I was using Claude Code and it was slow. It took about an hour. Most of it was just waiting for a response. To see if that was a Figma issue or a me issue, I did similar in using Duo. It was a lot faster. I got to a similar level of detail from the same prompt as the last example in about 10 minutes. And this one here got to the point where I'd probably just continue doing the final tweaks by hand and it could be ready to publish. Okay, the next thing I did was batch operations. I expected these to perform well. Thankfully, they're also one of the most tedious parts of the role. These are tasks that probably should be performed for a plugin, but it's often not worth creating a plugin just for a one-time action. In the past, I might have, instead of using an MCP, I might have created a script to run in a Figma console, but that's a lot of copy and paste back and forth between Claude or Duo and Figma that we can skip by using an MCP. There were 3 workflows I tested in the spike. Then Claude, a mix of Claude and Duo completed all of them well, though I did encounter some limitations. Like I mentioned earlier in the suggestions, I think auditing and updating the component descriptions could be a task that we do, especially if we invest in a consistent style and a prompt to generate it. And updating the component properties and applying design tokens could speed up some of the backlog refactoring work we've got. But here the bottleneck will be review rather than the generation. Okay. I also wanted to attempt to recreate the flows of a view prototype in Figma and have it use library components. Here the results were mixed. The output was really resistant to use the UI kit to create the screens, and it wanted to create its own assets. So here's a first run of where I pointed it at a repo for this particular prototype. It looks pretty similar to the prototype with some more direct instruction and uh, some unreasonable workarounds to get it to recognize the library. It was able to swap it out for UIKit components, so it's using the tabs, badges, buttons, inputs. Something I thought was interesting, it switched from using like this text to show how many items there were to using pagination, which I didn't ask it to do. Something that might have contributed to all of this is the prototypes weren't using the design system in their code. I've got a hypothesis that the results would have been a little bit different if they were. As a recap then, here are all the suggestions. Figure out how to make our Figma library and documentation known to an AI agent. Investigate this two-way workflow, Figma prototype back to Figma, and a bunch of activities that we could do as discrete tasks. I think really though, it's this second point here that will unlock the most value for teams today, and the one that I would really recommend that we invest in figuring out. Lush, I hope this walkthrough was helpful. Do check out the issue for more details and let me know what you think. Have a great day.